Hello, my friends. It's CW. This is O Wrestling Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about who beats Roman Reigns to end his epic reign. I have thoroughly enjoyed Roman Reigns and the Bloodline and their whole rise to power, the sort of gaslighting and manipulation that Roman has done to his cousins, to Sami Zayn, somehow, roped Paul Heyman into this. It's all been wonderful. Everything has its ups and downs. Some feuds on the road to, his historical universal title reign have been not great. Some have been fantastic. Whatever is happening with KO and Sami Zayn right now is very fun, and hopefully it pays off in a big way. I know that there was what is it? There was talk of Sami Zayn and KO taking on the Usos at WrestleMania for the tag titles, which would be dope, be great. Or, weird fantasy booking where Zayn would take on Roman Reigns or KO would take on Roman Reigns for the Universal title or the, unified Universal title. Both, of course, great matches. They can put on some great stuff. And coming out of Survivor Series in their War Games match, I'm down to watch KO fight Roman or have Sami take on Roman. Let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that in that War Games match, they booked KO to take Roman down. He hit him with the stunner and he was done. Roman never moved. He took that stunner and he laid out, and that was it. Stunner put him down. And it was only because of Zayn that he wasn't pinned at that moment. And Zayn stopping the ref from counting to 3, him not touching either Roman or KO. He didn't put his hands on either one of them. He took the ref out. He said, "Nope, ref, you're not counting at 3." So he didn't actually hit his friend KO, and he didn't betray Roman Reigns. So it was a great bit of storytelling, very specific thing. That's what I'm learning as a longtime fan of professional wrestling. I'm only now in my late age learning the art of storytelling in a match. I was always the guy who just loved the characters and the entrances, and the matches didn't mean a ton to me. And my brother was way more attuned to the storytelling and matchmaking. And I'm only now, as an adult, seeing the little details, the little intricacies within a match that make it a good story. And I think that was a brilliant move by Sami Zayn. Now, does this Bloodline feud end with Sami or KO taking on Roman? Maybe. This WrestleMania coming up in, what is it, April or May or whatever, might have that. And I don't think either one of them will beat Roman for the title. And I say that because I think Booker T said it on his podcast. This is an epic run for Roman. This is an epic run for anyone. This is I don't think in the history of the title in modern day will this happen again. They struck gold. They got lucky, whatever you want to call it. But this tribal chief mob boss angle for Roman just works. It's just beautiful. And the fact that he's had the title for so long, he can't just drop it to KO or he can't drop it to Sami. Like, the reign doesn't end at this WrestleMania. Sorry, folks. If you wanted it to, it shouldn't. Because it will, that's it for Roman. In my mind, if I'm fantasy booking, if I'm booking it, Roman already does a shorter schedule. He is a part-timer. He is a full-time part-timer, meaning, he's not like The Rock or Cena where they are off, doing other projects. Well, I don't know if he's doing other projects right now, but as far as I can tell, he's not in Hollywood making movies. He's still 100% fully invested in WWE, but he's on a part-time schedule so that he can spend more time with his family. And honestly, it works. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. The less you see Roman Reigns, the more important he becomes. So when they are able to, what would you say, promote him, he's like, oh, he's going to be on SmackDown this week. After, a couple of weeks off, people get excited. And then Roman shows up and everyone freaks out. And it's different than Brock Lesnar because we knew Brock Lesnar was just not interested in showing up. And he was booked in a way that he was gone for way too long in between him showing up. And then when he would show up, there wasn't any story as to why he was gone. And he would just decimate whoever was in front of him and then he would leave. So that wasn't great booking. It was, monster booking, but it wasn't great in my eyes. I'm sure a lot of people liked it because, opinions. But Roman Reigns is on a part-time schedule that works. But once he drops that belt, he's done. That's it. This reign cannot be replicated. He can't shoot over this reign. Like, it's too long and too good for him to kind of vault over this title reign. It's the reign that he's wanted, and it's the reign that everyone in the back has wanted for him when they were trying to shove his Rumble wins and his title wins down our collective fan throats. They finally got it right, and there's no after for this. Once he drops the title, it's done. And I'm pretty sure he's gone. Whether it's like a fully part-time schedule, him doing something else, or he'll just take some time off and be gone and maybe do like an Undertaker type thing where he shows up a couple times. I don't think it'll be the end of the bloodline, but it'll definitely be Roman's kind of swan song. And, in the business, he's going to go out on his back. He's going to give it to somebody. And who does he give it to? Well, I've rambled on for a good 7 minutes now, almost 8, to get to this point. The only person, in my unprofessional opinion, who can take the belt from Roman Reigns, the only person that it makes sense to take that belt is main event Jey Uso. That's it. There's no one else on the roster. There's no legend you can bring in. It's not The Rock. Get that nonsense out of your head. The Rock should not beat him for the title. That is ridiculous. The Rock doesn't need a rub. He's a multimillionaire in Hollywood. He did his run. He doesn't need a title run. It doesn't make the belt better. You have to give that belt to someone who can carry it. And I think Jey Uso has been doing amazing work. He's getting better. He's getting stronger. He is the central person in the bloodline. He is when Roman's not there, you're watching Jey interact with Sammy, or you're watching Jey interact with his brothers. Jey is the crux. He is the first bloodline member. He is the reason why all of this has happened. He is the one that has taken the most crap from Roman. He has been manipulated. He has been gaslit. He has been beaten down. He's been crushed and rebuilt as a loyal bloodline soldier. The only person in that storyline who is allowed to have those belts, who is allowed to to pin him, is Jey Uso. Think about it. Go back and watch that bloodline reign. It is only Jey Uso, and I will not hear anything else. Make sure to head over to owrestling.com and leave your comments. Let me know if you think Jey Uso should win the title or someone else. Should it be KO or Sammy? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'll catch you next time. And remember, I'm your friend.
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.